Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cardwell's Cauldrons. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And with this production of Geektopia Island here, we have a new fun deck here. It's called We Are Legion! And why? Because the main star of the whole deck is called Helm of the Host. And this is kind of our personal favorite card. I know I try to pick up as many as possible when the set dropped.
Yeah. This card's so good.
It's just so good, and it's not being used right now. Especially with Reclamation Sage popping up. But we don't care about that guy.
Yeah, nah.
Because we have 4 in the deck. Let's go over it, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
It is Helm of the Host. It costs 4 colorless mana. It's an equipment. But it's legendary artifact, which is sad, but it's okay. It's going to try to be destroyed or some exile for sure. Okay, at the beginning of your combat turn, create a token that is a copy of equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary if equipped creature is legendary. So basically it loses legendary status, period. This token gains haste. So,
in essence, put it on a dude.
Yep.
Combat, make another dude of that same dude.
My horrible reading skills there. That's basically what it is. And that dude is non-legendary. So a lot of cute little tricks will happen. And that's what this deck is all about. Just fun shenanigans.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to make black white, but there's only one reason why it's red. So it's 3 colors here.
So, first creature we got, and the reason we mostly got red, is Combat Celebrant.
Yep.
It's 3 mana for a 4/1. If he hasn't been exerted this turn, you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, untap all of the creatures you control. And after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So, explain how this guy works, Cardwell.
So, of course, God Pharaoh's Gift kind of showed this guy off before we can make this deck here. But almost the same premise. So, on curve, turn 3, Combat Celebrant. Turn 4, Helm of the Host. Turn 5, Equip. Combat phase, you create a copy of Combat Celebrant. You attack, exert. You get another combat stat. It doesn't matter if this dies. As long as the one equipped to the host is still alive, you just keep creating Combat Celebrants.
That's cute.
So, because his additional combat stat, the new one, you tap to exert. Oh, you get another combat stat. Then you create another one, and it just keeps on going. And you just win right on the spot.
That's really cute.
Because it doesn't matter how many times they block or whatever, they're going to die eventually, and you're going to be able to do all the damage to them. So
that's pretty dumb.
It's pretty dumb, it's pretty fun, and that's why we have red in the deck. Because it's, turn 5 win, Splinter Twin-esque kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty Splinter Twinny.
Yep. Now the other creatures are just here for fun and just to hopefully take over the board while multiple copies. This guy, he's a Dwarf Soldier, Fairgrounds Warden, costs 3, he's a 1/3, and when he enters the battlefield, exile a target creature opponent controls, and of course when he leaves, they get the creature back. But hopefully by any time in the match, you put a Helm on him and you just exile the dudes. 1 combat step at a time.
Yeah, just keep making a remove spell.
Yep. And as you can tell through the rest of the deck that we have a bunch of other control, so therefore this can hopefully just take over the deck.
I like it. I already like that dude. He's awesome in any kind of that.
Right. Explain to how you destroyed me with this card in our brawls, actually.
Alright, so Gonti, Lord of Luxury, is one of my favorite dudes of Standard right now. He has 4 mana for a 2/3 legendary creature. He's an Aetherborn. He's got Death Touch, whatever.
Yeah.
When he comes into play, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library, exile 1 of them face down. Then put the rest in the bottom of that library in a random order. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may look at it and cast it and spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast it.
Yep. And of course with Kevin's help, this is why this deck has been put in my mind. Because during the brawls, he did put a Helm of the Host on Gonti, and it's a ridiculous sight to behold.
Because it's like Panharmonica on Gonti. You're just like, man, make a thing. But every turn you're like, I want to see what you're playing.
Yeah.
And you get cool things like Vraska or Jace or Chandra or
just
big
dudes. Their Nicobolas, their stuff, their side.
Glory Bringer.
Yeah, their Glory Bringer.
It's super fun.
For me, it was multiple Torment of Scarabs, which really made me
I was
sad.
always like, Torment of Scarabs on you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
By that time, you just play their deck, because that's a free card for free. You don't have to spend mana, and then you can play it just whenever you want, with the mana, of course. But
And he doesn't care. And the token's a death touch.
Yep.
So it'll kill whatever he blocks with.
So you just swing in, no matter what.
It doesn't matter as if Gonti's gone because you can still play that card.
Exactly.
Which is silly, silly good.
So multiple Gontis is okay. And that's why it's called Legion, because he loses legendary with the Helm of the Host, or the token does. So you can just have multiple.
So you're just making a legion of them.
Yeah. All one mind. And the next one, of course, is a cute little combo, is Ravenous Chupacabra. The mythic rare uncommon here. He costs 4, 2 and 2 black. Enters the battlefield, destroy target creature opponent controls. That simple.
Dude, it's real good.
Just that simple. Every turn, block, block, block. Let's kill a dude and swing.
Next up is Angel of Sanctions. It's 5 mana for a 3/4 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until it leaves play, and it embalms for 6.
Yep. So he gets double uses, so if they kill him, you can embalm him and hopefully also Helm the Host that one.
Yeah, you can equip that one too, and it still makes extra tokens.
Yeah.
It's silly. This thing is silly just because it gives you so much value, because you can remove planeswalkers, enchantments, artifacts, all kinds of things.
Just everything with this card. And the fact that, of course, Helm the Host, if the main host dies, you can equip it to a token and it still makes a copy. It doesn't matter if it's a non-token or not.
Yeah.
So you just keep copying the creatures. It's silly.
Yeah, and it has flying, so it's got evasion on the attack.
For the Angel of Sanctions. The next one, just in case you need to gain some life, is Noxious Gearhulk. Because why not? Comes into play, destroy a target creature and you gain life equal to its toughness. It's a 5/4 menace, which is awesome. Of course it costs 6, 4 colorless and 2 black, but I mean, with the host, you can just keep making dudes and gaining life and just keep swinging for 5. I mean, by that time, if you're able to do that, you're going to win.
Yeah. Dude's ridiculous if you put one of those on him because he just gets big.
Yeah.
There's lots of them.
Most people forget about this card, but when you play against Gearhulk, you're like, oh yeah, that's a card. And it just gave them so much advantage. That makes me sad.
Alright, the final creature of the deck is my favorite black card of the sets right now, and that's Tetzimoc Primal Death.
Yep.
6/6 for 6 dead touch. Those stats are not so good, but it's okay. It's what he does. So you reveal him from your hand, put a prey counter on target creature, activate its ability once per turn. Or only on your turn. Sorry. You can activate it multiple times, but only on your turn.
Yep.
And then when he comes into play, destroy a creature your opponent controls with a prey counter on it. So, you have one in play equipped with the Helm of the Host.
Yep.
So then the next turn or whatever, you're just like prey counter, prey counter, prey counter, combat.
With the one in your hand.
Yeah. And then you make a dude and it kills all those dudes because they all have prey counters. So if you have one in your hand and one in play with equipped, they don't get a creature ever again.
Yeah. Which is inspired by Kevin, because that was a ridiculous combo that I've seen and it's just insane. And also with all this cute little tricks, you don't have to worry about Settle the Wreckage, because you're just sending your tokens into the battlefield and not the main host. So therefore you can just keep on swinging without any worry.
And if they settle, you're like, great, I'll go get lands.
I'll go get some lands, and next turn we'll keep doing this for sure.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah. So with that is the creatures. There's some other ones out there, but that's the best one I can think of that seems pretty fun and genuine, and hopefully you can just control the board with that. Also, speaking of controlling the board, our first spell is always Fatal Push. You play black, Fatal Push happens. That's it.
It's too good.
Push the elf for sure.
Yeah. The next spell is Cut to Ribbons. It's 2 mana for sorcery. Cut deals 4 damage to target creature.
Yep.
And Ribbons is Aftermath. Each opponent loses X life.
Yeah, 2 black and X, and then that's what happens. Now, I figured with red in here, I can't just have just one spell in it, so I put Cut to Ribbons because it's just a good kill spell at the moment. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
It really is.
Yeah. Now, the next cute little trick, I don't know if you know this, I'll let you know. Getting into the trials, 2 white, 1 colorless. He's a 3 loyalty planeswalker. His +1, prevent all damage to target permanent, just any target permanent. Now the cute trick, when you 0 him, Kevin, he becomes a 4/4 creature. Guess what? Helm of the Host on turn 5. You equip that to Gideon. Combat step, you create a whole nother Gideon planeswalker. Now with the new legendary role, he's not legendary anymore. Therefore, you can have multiple Gideon Planeswalkers on the field with the same name.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's very dumb. I made sure to talk to multiple judges about this. That's how it works. Because you used to be, you couldn't have a Planeswalker with the same name at all. The middle, Planeswalker identity Gideon. Couldn't do it. Now with the change, they're just legendary creatures, or legendary permanents now.
Yeah.
Removes legendary text, you can have multiple. So therefore, every combat step, of course, it fades off in the turn, but if you're preventing multiple damage, you make an emblem and you can just keep pumping out Gideons. You just have them on lock, pretty much.
So when you make a creature, does it make a creature one or does it make a planeswalker?
It makes a planeswalker. So therefore, it has the abilities of all the other ones. So immediately,
that's pretty cheaty.
Yeah. Creature, equip, make a Gideon planeswalker, swing, of course. And then second main phase, prevent damage, or make an emblem.
I forgot, it's still indestructible.
Yeah, still indestructible. It can be exiled, but whatever. You already have your token Gideon on the field for you to do it next turn. But so that's the cute thing about it, is where you can just make multiple Gideons constantly. The Gideon lock.
That's pretty good. And then the other card that we got for control is Vraska's Contempt, because it's still too good.
Because it's just good.
4 mana instant, exile target creature or planeswalker, you gain 2 life. This card will never not be good right now.
Yep.
It's just that good.
Just screw, of course, it's Turbo Fog right now. So screw Teferi as much as possible. Just get him out of there.
Yeah, the dude's evil.
Yeah.
He's not good.
Yeah, definitely not. With that is the good old 60. Well, of course, 36, because we're going to go ahead and go tell you about the 24 lands here. It's a little rough because it's 3 colors and you really don't need the red, but here we go. So 4 Canyon Sloughs. Just straight up, they're mountains and swamps. So therefore, the isolated chapels come into play untapped. And of course, you can see turns 1, 2, and 3 are kind of like meh. So you can definitely play this turn 1 and be fine for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Next is 4 Concealed Courtyards and 4 Inspiring Vantages. Those are the ones that do help you turn 1 through 3. The ones that come into play untapped. We have Evolving Wilds, because why not?
Yeah.
It's rough mana base, so you need at least 1 to be able to get that 1 mountain if possible. And then 3 Plains, 3 Swamps. It's really, like, I've played with this color type before with no 1 or 2 drop creatures, but with all the kill spells, you should be able to get there pretty well. And plus, all your creatures, mainly minus the Combat Celebrant, control the board. So, that'll help as well.
I like it. I think it's a pretty solid little deck for what it does. I love Helm of the Host and silly shenanigans like that. So I think this deck is fantastic.
And of course, now with the sideboard, because against control, we need Duress. Just simple as that. Because as you can tell, I always build decks that are against mid-range and aggro. And then sideboard's all about control. Because even if you do a pretty good base, control's probably going to win game 1 no matter what. Almost. Unless you're running control against control, and then have fun with that.
Yeah.
Go into turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, with this little cute guy, hopefully you're seeing what I'm saying against control as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Direfleet Daredevil is in the board, and it's a red 1 for 2/1 for a strike.
Mm-hmm.
When he enters the play, exile target instant or sorcery from your opponent's graveyard. You may cast a card this turn. You may spend mana as though or mana of any type to cast a spell. And if it would be put in a graveyard, exile instead. So it's kind of like a reverse Snapcaster. That's how the best way you can put it.
Yeah. Sadly, no flash with it, but first strikes, meh. But this is literally against control. So if you're able to put Helm of the Host on this guy, start removing all their stuff for Torrential Gearhulk to get the hell out. It doesn't even matter if you cast it. You just exile that counter spell, maybe. Or you can I'll do my own glimpse of... Yeah. The one where you look at the top 2, scry 2, draw 2, gain 2 energy, that as well. Just simple things like that.
Yeah, just keep doing all of their scry spells so they don't get them.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Or their kill spells if possible, if they have, just a Nicol Bolas or whatever on the field, so.
Alright, so this dude catches my eye. What is his Sunscourge Champion?
Now, when he enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to its power. And this is against the aggro matchup. He's a 3-drop, you gain 2 life, and Helm of the Host, you just gain 2 life each turn. And by that time, they run out of resources, and you just win on that. And of course, he has Embalm, which is you pay 4, discard a card, he comes back as a 4/4 black zombie. Put Helm of Host on that, and you're gaining 4 life a turn.
I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Just a simple, cute little aggro. You know, gaining life is fun.
Yeah.
I always like it.
Yeah. And I mean, against aggro as well, you need to settle the wreckage.
Yep.
You're playing white for the majority of it, so it just settles real good.
So hopefully you can Helm of the Host first turn, and especially against green Stompy. So second turn you're like, I don't know, I can't do anything. And they swing in and you just exile everything. Hopefully. Now the next one, I just really want to play it with this guy. Demanding Dragon. 5-drop, 5/5 flying. Whenever he enters the battlefield, deals 5 damage to target opponent, unless that player sacrifices a creature. Really good against mid-range and really good against control. And if you're able to, like, the theme of the deck, of course, Helm of the Host, this guy, every combat step, they have to decide whether to take 5 or sack a dude.
Yeah, that's a pretty angry choice to make every combat step.
Yeah.
Do you want to take 5 or do you want to lose the creature you need to block with?
And with Host giving him haste, you kind of just... You're going to take 5, hopefully, no matter what you do.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That dude can end the game pretty quickly.
Yeah. Now, I do have an honorable mention. Just remembered, right when we were talking about this video, is I think his name is Baird.
Yeah.
The 4-drop white legendary dude, 2/4 vigilance. And they have to pay 1 for each creature they need to attack with. If you have multiple of those dudes, then good luck, paying 3 or 4 mana to swing with 1 dude.
Yeah, and he's a 2/4 vigilance, so he can swing into a lot of things and not care.
Yeah, and just not really care. So yeah, with that, hopefully you enjoyed this little deck here. Like I said, it's a fun deck. Hopefully we'll play it in a brawl and see how it actually works out.
It looks really fun to do. It's got a lot to it, just a lot of weird shenanigans.
Yeah. If you can make it late game with all your creatures, then with the value of Host, then hopefully you'll just win by that point, no matter what. And with, it looks like Approach of the Second Sun hasn't been showing up at all in big tournaments, so, you don't have to worry about that. Otherwise, this would probably lose super hard against it.
Yeah, Approach is pretty angry.
Oh, yeah. Well, with that, deck list will be down below. Hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island. Goodbye. Be sure to like and comment on the video. And to get our latest and greatest, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And to get notifications, there's also a little bell that you can hit. Now, if you want to look at some old deck tech videos, go ahead and click to the right. And if you want to see them in action, click the videos below. Thank you.